What's up? Finally, another review. Welcome back, everyone, to Potty Plant Entertainment. My name is Chris, and in case you don't know, I review movies and I rank them on a scale of 0 to 100 in increments of 5. I do this when I'm happy. Let's all do this together. Everybody sing at home. Just smack your boobies. There we go. Okay. I got 8 movies here I'm going to review. I am not going to use notes for this. I'm just going to talk about my thoughts on the film. I'm going to try and talk about it for as long as I can and try and make this an extended video. That way it doesn't feel like I just sort of like said a few things to like get it out of the way. I'm also doing this new thing on the channel that I used to do on TikTok where I would briefly talk about a film, my straight out of theater reaction. Well, I don't have TikTok anymore because China's spying on us. I'm just kidding. I really got rid of it because, well, they are. But I really got rid of it because TikTok wouldn't let me post anymore. And I was like, what is this? So I'm going to start doing them again. I just recently did for Transformers Rise of the Beast, but I'm going to be talking about Transformers Rise of the Beast here. This will be my review for it. And, yeah. Also, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny is going to be here before we know it. I think it comes out in like less than 2 weeks, doesn't it? We're almost there, guys. I mean, I'm very, very cautiously optimistic about it because I've just, ever since it came out of Cannes, I've not been hearing very good things about it. But, I mean, it's Indiana Jones, man. It's what made me love filmmaking. I can't not be excited. So I'm going to try and review all 4 of the movies. I apologize if I don't do them all before I see Dial of Destiny, but I'm definitely going to try and do them all. When Top Gun Maverick came out, I had to review Maverick first and then the original. So I might have to do that with this, but we'll see. But let's go ahead and jump into it. So the first movie we're going to be talking about is John Wick Chapter 4. Look, I've said on the channel before that I wasn't a big John Wick fan because I just thought the movies were very monotonous and tedious because there was no story. It was all action. Well, I went back and rewatched them and I changed my opinion. They are really, really good, especially Chapter 4. John Wick Chapter 4, in my opinion, is one of the best action movies I've ever seen. Every action sequence is different. They do something different in each one. They do something unique in each one. And each one is extremely impressive. There is this sequence where he's fighting these people, where he's fighting all these bad guys. And I don't know what it is, but it's like this arch thing that's in like Paris. And like there's no lanes, but traffic drives all around it. It was in Mission Impossible, I think Rogue Nation as well. Whatever that spot is, there's all this traffic and he's fighting people in this traffic. It's amazing. The overhead video game look, amazing. The character's amazing. I love the guy with the dog. The fat guy was awesome. The fight scene with the fat guy was awesome. Scott Adkins, that's the name I was thinking of. I didn't even know it was Scott Adkins. I didn't know that until after I saw the movie. I was like, whoa, that was Scott Adkins. He did really, really good. Everyone in the movie was great. The film was great. The ending was great. It's ambiguous. They're probably going to do Chapter 5 because, you know, money. I know that there's the show, the Continental is supposed to come out in like August, I think, and they want to do other spinoffs. Whatever. Donnie Yen was awesome in it too. It is one of the best action movies I've ever seen. Like, the cinematography is perfect. It's a little bit too over the top at times. Like, there are times where John Wick probably should have died. Like, he falls out of windows and stuff, just gets up and runs. I mean, it's a little ridiculous, but it is insanely impressive. And when I watched that movie, I just thought, this is what I want to do one day. One day, I want to do that. I want to make something like that. I want to be that good at that. I also recently watched Chad Stahelski's interview on the Joe Rogan Experience. Really interesting guy to listen to. I didn't know that he was a stunt double in The Matrix. I didn't know that was how he and Keanu met. So that was really awesome. One of the best action movies I've ever seen. I mean, right up there with Mad Max Fury Road. It was just fantastic. I'm going to give John Wick Chapter 4 a 100. Next up is the Super Mario Brothers movie. This was one that we were all excited for, right? I think we were all pretty excited for the Super Mario Brothers movie. I mean, we all grew up on Mario, right? I really liked it. It wasn't as good as I thought it could have been, but I also didn't think it was as bad as some people said. It could have used a little bit more substance. Honestly, I didn't think it was all that funny. but the animation was beautiful. Chris Pratt was actually good in it. I wish that Mario and Luigi were Italian. Like, I get it. It's like, oh, they want to pay tribute to the old show, and also we're not casting Italian actors, so we don't want to offend the social justice warriors. No. No, 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 no. Mario is Italian. That's the way it should have been. And I hate that he wasn't. I hate that he was from Brooklyn. Like, no. Mario's Italian. Hire somebody who can do an Italian accent. It doesn't matter if they're Italian. They don't have to be. It's called acting. All right? And make them Italian. But no, they didn't do that, and that was disappointing. But for what it was, Chris Pratt actually did a good job in the movie. I was one of the people that when I first saw the trailer and heard the voice, I wasn't all that skeptical about it. I didn't think it was bad. And when you watch the movie, it actually is good. It works. Not as well as it would have if they had made him Italian, but it works. The Peaches song is amazing. It's not gonna get nominated for an Oscar award like everybody's like claiming, like, oh my gosh, it's up for an Oscar. It's not going to be, but it'd be pretty cool if it was. I had a good time with it. I'm not rushing out to see it again anytime soon. I'm not gonna rush out to buy it on Blu-ray, but for what it was, I enjoyed it, and I'm gonna give the Super Mario Bros. Movie an 80 out of 100. Number 3 is Across the Spider-Verse. So this movie, I haven't watched Into the Spider-Verse since I saw it in theaters in December 2018. I remember I went with my friend and we had to sit in the second to the front row. And I got so immersed in the movie that it actually didn't bother me as much as you would think. It still sucked to sit that close to the screen, yeah, but it wasn't as bad because I was so into the film. I love that movie. I think that's a 10 out of 10, 100 movie, but I haven't watched it since, and I don't know why. I don't know why I've never bothered to revisit it. Maybe it was just because I was waiting for the sequel, but I still haven't rewatched it. I don't know why. I really like it. But this one I thought was just as good. The animation is absolutely beautiful. Their characters are great. The subtle political messages, like the very subtle political messages they put in here, were really annoying. I mean, come on. He has a BLM pin while he's sitting next to his dad, who's a cop. Like, you guys are... It's so stupid. But that's just me, though. I don't like politics in movies. I like strictly entertainment. That's just me. But it was fantastic. You can totally put so much work in it. Wasn't there like thousands of animators for this movie, I think, and it shows. The story was great. The characters are great. The voice actors are great. I mean, this was a really, really good Spider-Man movie. Like, these movies are like top tier animated filmmaking. Like, there's heart and you care. It's like Pixar, but yeah, it's like it's like just as good as like the classic Pixar movies. Like, it really is that good. My only real issue with the movie, I had one real issue with it, and it was that the audio. I'm glad I wasn't the only one. I saw other people were talking about this too. I think like 30% of the lines, 35% of the lines, I couldn't understand what they were saying. Straight up. I couldn't hear them. Yeah, so that was a thing. But like, the amount of love that went into this project, every movie should be treated like this when it is made. Every movie should have this amount of love and passion in it when it is made. If every movie got the same amount of love and passion that this one did, every movie would be great. Seriously. Every movie deserves this kind of work, this kind of hard work, this kind of love that it got from these filmmakers. You can see the love for what they were making, and it's beautiful to watch. This is what filmmaking is all about, and I'm going to give Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse a 100. Number 4 is Evil Dead Rise. Now look, you guys know me, I'm a big fan of Evil Dead. I love the Evil Dead. I love Evil Dead 2. I love Army of Darkness. I love Ash vs. Evil Dead. The reboot is not that great. I'm not the biggest fan of it. But this I had a lot of fun with. I wanted to go back and see it again, but I just haven't been able to find the time. Same for John Wick Chapter 4. I really want to see it again, but I might just have to wait for the Blu-ray. But Evil Dead Rise, it was so good. I had so much fun, and my audience was so into it. Everybody was like laughing, and you could tell, like, in a good way. Like, you could tell everybody was into it. Everybody was having fun. And I always love that. When I go to see a movie and I know the audience around me is just as into it as I am, that is the movie theater experience. The opening title crawl is like the best one I've ever seen, like, since Star Wars. And the actors are good. The kid actors can be a little bit iffy at times, but they're still good. This movie's gross. It's scary. It's exactly what Evil Dead should be. It has the right type of humor. It was different because it takes place in an apartment. The whole movie takes place in this apartment. Or, I mean, there's a couple times where it goes outside of it, but for the most part, it's in this apartment. And the mother is trying to, like, kill her kids because she's possessed. And her sister as well. And they're fighting back against this. They're running, they're hiding. And it's all so contained, and it adds to the suspense. I really thought this was great. I had such a good time with this. This is what an Evil Dead movie should feel like. And I'm very, very glad we got this. You could see the love and the passion that went into this as well. You could tell the people who made this were fans of the franchise. I had a great time with it. And I'm going to give Evil Dead Rise an 85. Next up, we have Fast X. Okay, Fast X. Yay. We have 11 Fast and Furious movies, including Hobbs and Shaw, and 12 if you count, like, the snow truck spinoff. I never saw it, but it's called Fast and Furious Presents whatever. I don't even remember the title. But really, there's 11, right? This is just a Fast and Furious 10, right? I went into it expecting it to be just like F9, to be just as ridiculous, probably about on the same level, and it is. This is not better or worse than Fast 9. Maybe slightly better. It seems like people are responding to this one quite a bit better, but there's some really bad writing in this. There's stunts that happen in this that just make absolutely no freaking sense at all. Like, that's not how science works, okay? But they just said, screw it. It used to be, it used to be where these movies were grounded in a way where they were over the top and ridiculous, but you could still kind of buy into it. But then after Paul Walker died, they just went full on ridiculous. And the series, while I've enjoyed it since Fast and Furious 7, it hasn't been as good. I mean, I was excited for this. I'm always excited for a new Fast and Furious movie because I love this franchise. The ride, I've ridden the ride it's at Universal, right? Yeah, I've ridden the ride at Universal. It's really cool. I was sitting there like, I felt like such a fan when I was riding the ride. I got to sit in the front. It was so cool. I loved it. I'm a big fan of this franchise. And I'm at the point with it, though, where I don't expect greatness anymore. I don't expect greatness anymore. I know what this franchise is now. It has an identity now, and that's what I expect from it. I expect family. I expect fighting. I expect car chases. I expect explosions. And I expect stuff that makes no sense. It's got all that. And Jason Momoa is really good at it. He's funny. He calls Vin Diesel a butthole. It's really funny. I really had a good time with this. I'm going to give Fast X a 75. I think that's fair, right? 70, 75. Average, right? Now, let's go Shazam, Fury of the Gods. Look, the trailers for this looked really good. Really, really good. I saw Shazam in theaters. I haven't seen it since. I enjoyed it, but not really enough to where I felt like revisiting it. I know the DC EU is going to get this big reset, and it's going to become the DCU with whatever James Gunn is doing. I don't know if he's going to replace Gal Gadot and Jason Momoa as well. I don't know what his plan is, but the universe does. They either need to bring back all the old cast and start making better films, or they just need to start over. And it looks like that's what they're doing. I think after Aquaman 2, we got Flash and Aquaman 2, and I think that's when the reset comes. I'm very much looking for The Flash. It looks great. Shazam 2, it's funny, it's charming, it's a family film, it's entertaining, but it's a big CGI superhero movie with some pretty crappy writing. Like, there's just stuff in it that it's like, okay, so like there's this scene where this dragon is attacking people at this parking garage, but it's like, why? The bad guy is pretty much already done what she needs to do. Why doesn't she just leave? What is the dragon doing? Like, it's stuff like that. Or like, so like the disabled kid, right? Like the dragon has like this thing it can do where like it can like make you like freeze up, like the thing in It Chapter 2, right? But it never explains how the crippled kid is able to resist it. He resists it. He's like immune to it. But the movie doesn't explain how. And I'm wondering, are they saving that for the third movie to explain that or what? But it's not explained. So there's just stuff like that in it where it's just, there's plot holes in the movie, right? But Zachary Levi is great in the film. There's a, you know, it's, if I was a kid, I would have really enjoyed it. But as an adult, I'm just like, this is a pretty average superhero movie. I'm going to give Shazam! Fury of the Gods a 60. Number 7 is The Pope's Exorcist. So, I'm a big horror movie fan, right? You know, The Exorcist I've reviewed on this channel. Great freaking movie. I apologize, there's a helicopter. By the way, it's hot outside, so in case any of you are like old-time fans, you know, like I have this air conditioner I put in my window, but it's right here by my camera. Okay, so during the summer, there's these crickets outside, and they piss me off. There it goes. Yeah, okay. Anybody remember the freaking crickets? Well, it's that time again, okay? The crickets are coming back, okay? It's summer. I'm hot in here, all right? I need the AC. So far, not any crickets right now. It's just the military. The Pope's Exorcist. Russell Crowe is great in this film. He gives a fantastic performance. It's based on a true story. It's an interesting story. I was really into it. I was watching it, and I'm sitting there thinking, like, this isn't bad. Like, why are the reviews, the reactions to this so, like, mixed? I was like, this isn't bad at all. And then the ending came along, and it turned into a Marvel movie. And I was just like, all right, y'all, you lost me. Like, you had me. I was able to buy into this, but this is too much. The ending is just way too much. They went so over the top, CGI heavy. It's ridiculous. But before that, it's all really interesting. It's creepy. The kid who plays this little boy is possessed. He does a really good job in it. Russell Crowe, he carries this film. He does. I mean, most people went to go see this movie for Russell Crowe's film, and he delivers. He makes it worth the runtime. Not a great movie, but I will tell you, it's actually probably one of the better exorcism movies out there, despite the over-the-top ridiculous ending. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. It was, if I was in my room with the lights off by myself at 3 o'clock in the morning, I'd probably be pretty scared by this movie. It's a scary, intense movie. They did a good job. I'm going to give The Pope's Exorcist a 70. And last, but certainly not least, is Transformers Rise of the Beast. Okay. I've reviewed the first Transformers movie on my channel. I like the Transformers franchise. 2, 3, 4, and 5 are all pretty much the same to me. I don't think any of them is really better than the other. I don't hate any of them. Like, I know some people like really hate Revenge of the Fallen and The Last Night. I actually have The Last Night on Steelbook. But I don't. Because they give me what I want. When I watch Transformers, I want to see big alien robots that can transform into machines fighting each other. And every single movie delivers on that. Every single one of them. Like, it's not like the 2014 Godzilla movie, which, by the way, I still hate. I reviewed it on my channel. Check it out. It's one of my more legendary reviews, I feel like. Where Godzilla, I think, doesn't he have like 9 minutes of screen time in that movie, or 13 minutes of screen time? It's a 2-hour movie. Like, that movie completely failed on what it was supposed to be, but not the Transformers franchise. It delivers on what you want. The writing could and should be better. It should be a lot better, but it gives you Transformers goodness. So I really in some way enjoy every Transformers movie. Bumblebee, I saw it in theaters back in 2018. I enjoyed it, but it was essentially like an ET ripoff, so I haven't really felt the need to revisit it, but I did think it was one of the better Transformers movies. This one, in my opinion, this is the best Transformers movie. I like Rise of the Beast even better than I like the original. I mean, the Maximals are so cool. They're big. They have this cool surprise. I won't spoil it because the movie just came out, but they can transform too. I'll say that. Optimus Prime is awesome in this movie. God, Optimus Prime he's such a good like rally crier. He could convince me to jump off a cliff. Like that man, that voice. He's amazing. He's a fantastic character. I love that character, and he's so awesome in this movie. The villain's pretty cool. It's about this colossal like transformer that eats planets. Unfortunately, you don't really see as much of it as I would have liked. Like I was expecting at some point during the movie to get one shot of this just massive being floating outside, like floating around in its realm in space, but you don't. You only ever see like this much of its face. It eats planets. Like, we should see this, you know what I mean? But you don't ever really see it, which is a little bit disappointing. But the fight scenes are awesome. The Maximals are awesome. The voice actors are awesome. The human characters in this movie are pretty good. The female needed a little bit more depth and a little bit more to do. But the male is really funny. I think Pete Davidson plays, like you know how like Bumblebee and Sam had this like buddy-buddy relationship? Well, they have that here as well, and I think Pete Davidson plays a Transformer. Pete Davidson does a really good job in this. I love their relationship. He's funny. This movie is hilarious. This is a really, really funny movie. This movie is actually way funnier than I thought it would be. Like, they did a good job. This movie needed a fresh perspective. And my God, moving Michael Bay out of the director's chair and putting Ryan Coogler in it did this a service. Ryan Coogler has saved Transformers. I loved this movie. I mean, yeah, I mean, you know, it's Transformers, so, you know, it's not the Shawshank Redemption or anything, but this is really good. I really, really like this movie. I seriously recommend it. I mean, I'm sure there's plot holes in it that I didn't quite notice, but I had a great time with this. I went to a Wednesday screening of this, so it's technically 2 days before the movie came out, and my theater was pretty packed, and everybody was so into it. People were clapping and cheering and laughing. It was that. I know some people hate that, like really hate that, but to me, I love that because that says to me, everybody around me, we are all sharing this experience. We're all into this together. So I really like that. There was, you know, there was time. It feels to me a little bit like audiences will just kind of cheer at anything in a movie now. It's like Bumblebee has this sequence, and I'm like, yeah, we kind of expected this. Why is everybody around me cheering? But whatever. It was still nice that everybody was into it and having a good time, and they were quiet and respectful. Sure, there was a crying baby, but other than the crying baby, it was a great experience. I saw it in IMAX. I really, really love this movie. I'm going to give, you might be surprised by this, but I'm going to give a Transformers movie, Transformers Rise of the Beast, a 90. Yeah, seriously. This is a great movie. I really, really enjoyed this. Just is so much fun. It was so much fun. I loved it. Okay. I think I'm caught up now. All right. Yeah. That takes a weight off my shoulders. Finally, I'm caught up. All right. Cool. More reviews coming soon. I don't think I have anything else, do I? No. I think I'm good. All right. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to Pod Planet Entertainment for more. Hit the like button. Oh, by the way, I've never been to Hawaii, in case you're wondering. I've never been to Hawaii. It'd be nice, though. But thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to Pod Planet Entertainment for more. Hit the like button. Leave me reviews, suggestions in the comments down below. Follow me on... I don't have anything else. That's it. That's it. Subscribe. Subscribe. And go watch my short for Transformers Rise of the Beast. Go watch my straight out theater reaction. That's a new thing I'm going to start doing here rather than TikTok. So go watch it. Go watch it. Okay. Much love. Bye.